Luna, I'm ants in my pants too. We don't live in a veiled environment. We have no veil. I'm figuring out that now I'm talking with people on the other side. Okay, this is my day. Well, the last hour and a half or so. Couple hours. Go girl. Go girl. Go girl. Go girl. Go up there, honey bear. Go ahead. Go girl. Go girl. Alright. Hi, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Heyoka empath. I just like having these little talks. And I nailed the caramel. It's going to take all night to set up, though. It's like perfect. I should put it outside. It's colder outside than it is in the refrigerator, I think. It'll set up faster. It'll be more like crackle. I almost want to go do that right now. Focus. That is not something I'm good at right now. Do you need barrettes in your hair, Mom?
No, you're fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, is that better? I could put here. They're right here. They're in the drawer. I got this whole set of 200 barrettes for you. So I kept thinking about this lady that I used to know that blocked me years ago. And she didn't block me because she didn't like me. She blocked me because she did like me, which I could totally understand. I blocked people because, like, you know, it's just almost too painful because you imagine how life could be knowing this person and you want to know them in a different way that they want to know you. Therefore, those timelines are never going to converge, right? And this lady, we messaged back in 2019. Yeah, it's 2026 now. So this was something. Is that better? I'm practicing. I'm learning how to use barrettes in Mom's hair. Is that better?
Yes.
Okay. Anyway. So she's been so heavy on my heart today. And I've looked at my conversation. She's a couple years older than me. Let me see. But she was born in 1969. She's Sagittarius like you, Ma. And so, back in but she has since passed. Hey, what's up? She's since passed away.
Oh, she passed away.
She couldn't handle the sensitivity and took her, well, yeah, she took her own life. I'm not exactly sure what means. But she didn't mean to, and that's the message that I got today. And I already reached out. I looked it up for an old obituary. I don't need donations, but thanks. Cool. That's cool. I found an old, I don't think that's a true story. I'm just being facetious like that. So she was born December 12th, 12/12, the day after my grandma in 1969. My grandma wasn't born in 1969. She was born in, hey, what's up? She was born in my heart is so light because of the monks. I'm on Monk Top. I'm on the side of Talk where the monks are. Because I got to meet some of those homies back in freaking, when I worked at Creighton University. Wow. They came and spent time there and made those sand mandalas. Wow. They made, it's a big old table that and they do it with, here's a picture of it. That's all colored sand.
Oh, that is nice.
And then I found these aren't my, this is off, these pictures, that last picture was mine. These are off Flickr. This is just all the sand they use. And then they make beautiful art when they're not walking for peace. And I got to spend some time with them because like attracts like. I'm a peaceful being because I've been to war. I don't want nobody to have to fight none of those fake wars no more because it's just, that's enough said. Anyway, so I was going through old conversation on my Facebook Messenger, and her face popped up, and I said, how am I seeing her face? She blocked me. But since AI took over, something happened, something on the back end, you know, so she's a legacy account. You know, you can't. Why would you block somebody from a? So okay, whatever they can do to save space on the freaking on the server. So I could see the conversation that we were having, and back in 2019, I was like, because she was always such a sensitive soul. And I knew she had a crush on me, and then she told me she had a crush on me. So it wasn't just me making stuff up. Like, I'm like, well, you know, she's like super nice and because I was the hugger at AA meetings for a long time. So I gave all these, I would greet people, hi, welcome, hug, hi, welcome. I love hugs. I'm like a hug, hi, welcome, you know. And dear sweet Amy, she had so many talents. I was sad. Amy Sweeney was her name. She's a baker in Omaha. If you knew her, she had an infectious smile. She had bright red hair. She loved her cats, and she would make the most delectable pastries.
Oh, that's nice.
Because she's full of love, and she put that love into whatever she created, and she had so much love to give, she didn't know what to do with it. And oftentimes she'd try to offer it to people, and then people would be like, no, I don't want yours, not that, no, you know, or whatever. Her dad was a military man, like retired. She was born in Germany. Yeah, I love it when people are born in different places. You learn about different things. How things really are, not how the imposed world tells you how it is. And so, I was so sad to hear that she had took her life. And then I was going through, I had seen, like, before she blocked me, there were posts that she was becoming transparent because she would struggle with alcohol like I struggle with alcohol. And she would, and one time she did, you know, tried to, she said she didn't, it was like a cry for help, I guess, like she didn't mean to, kind of thing. And so when she did it, like she had just changed her medicine, and I feel like it was an accident too. Like a lot of people when they, you know, how many people take their last breath on accident because, like, they're sad because they drank too much alcohol. But there's so many people that are sobering up, Mom. It's such a beautiful thing. And to see these monks, it just, actually just, it's cool to see the monks because ever since 89 is when they had that Free Tibet thing come out, you know, Free Tibet. So that's when they were on my radar. And I remember watching A Golden Child when I was a little kid, and they had like Tibetan monks. So it's like, you know, and then you see these guys in the same out. Hey, I know them from when I worked at Creighton. They had a whole ceremony and everything, you know. It's just people creating love. But to watch how they are bringing people out, because it's hard to get people to gather, but people want to gather for peace, and that makes me hopeful for other people's children. Because I don't have any kids. I don't have any hats in this ring. Won't use that one. I haven't had a Subway sandwich since they endorsed Mike Vick. You know, I used to like Subway, and then the guy that walked for Subway, Jared, he's a pedo, had a whole pedo ring in his university dorm, you know. And he just divvied it out. Think about all the people that bought it. That's what grosses me out. That's what, like you got the person the distributor, but where are they sending it to? Who's accessing it? How come they're not getting in trouble? It's easy to find out who the perverts are. It is. They just don't want the perverts to get in trouble because they're very, very important people, don't you know? And we don't want anybody, there would be a whole lot of people that would be terribly, terribly embarrassed, and we don't want that to happen, right? So civilizations are collapsing, so people, you know, that partied and couldn't keep it in their pants don't want the whole world to know that they, like, you know, did stuff with goats and stuff like that. I don't care. I'm ready for people to be terribly embarrassed. I'm cool with it, huh, Mom?
Yes.
So on the obituary, I found a phone number to a cousin, and I called the cousin, and I said, hey, if you're related or know Amy Sweeney, give me a call back. So hopefully I can put out in her family, maybe they can find some solace that she didn't really mean to take her life and that it was an accident. Yep. That's how my day went. How did your day go? How are you doing, Mom? We washed Mom's hair. Looks real pretty. She's wearing her robe. She got a robe. I got my first robe this year. Look, Mom. Say hi.
Hi.
Say hi to the tubes. The tiny tubes.
The tiny tubes.
How are you today, Mom?
Good.
Are you happy?
Yes, I'm happy.
Are you content?
I'm content.
Are you, is your belly full?
Yes.
Yeah? Yeah. I dig how people are figuring out that energy never dies and that, you don't see your loved one for a little while. What's a little while compared to all eternity? Don't be sad. Be happy. I'm definitely having a psychic change. I think it's because there are so many people transitioning. And when there's so many people transitioning, like, the way I look at it is you take your last breath and you go to source. You go to the, your frequency. You're part of the no place space. You can go wherever you want, do whatever you want. You can just be the ultimate experiencer without backaches. And limitations from what we have with our soul sacks, and so many people are transitioning, and then they turn to love. That last breath is love. Unless they're terrified and they die alone, but that's for another talk. For the ones that have a positive experience where they're surrounded by love, I want to see more people having parties and sending, instead of like somebody in a room where everything's quiet. I want to see more, drums and tambourines and playing their favorite songs from their whole life, and like showing pictures of them on their wall so they can, so when they go to defend their life, like on the movie Defending Your Life, that they could go and they have fresh in their mind all the good stuff. And we need to there's so many people that are angry and that are toxic, that are causing wars on this planet just because at some point in their life they tried to give an offering of love, which was a identifier of themselves, and somebody said, nah, I don't want that. And then they just said, F that, I'm just going to turn into a pig then. Everybody thinks I'm a pig, I'll just be what everybody thinks I am. I've seen this time and time again. Back in my drinking days, I would take on this attitude myself. And then I come to find out that, because I look at that guy that he's the president. And I look at, you think in the history of how long that they have been building the idea of this dude up. He is in his IMDb database. I wonder how many credits the dude actually has from stuff that he's been in. He's a poster boy. So he appeals to emotion when people, I never ever saw one episode of that show where they go, you're fired. You know it? I never saw, but so many people spent so much time watching that show every episode, wouldn't miss it. There. Let's see. Don. I call him Biff. There he is. Let's see what his 32 videos, 92 photos, born June 14th. He's a Gemini. He's older than you, Mom. Nominated for 2 Primetime Emmy. It just verifies my belief that Hollywood and Washington, D.C. are the same entities. And when they get their star, understand, when people get their star on the Walk of Fame, that just shows, okay, What was up in the sky is now down on earth. We are so egoic. Look at when they lifted the star. They are the person that's getting the star. They are bowing to their knee, worshiping the upside down star. See, that's like that Baal Moloch stuff. The trickery, the deceit, the appeal to the emotion. Like, you know, they'll make movies that'll make you feel bad about single moms that are trying to survive in a hard world with their kids, you know, and they write books like Bibles that say, you know, there's a single mom in a manger with the little kid, and it's winter and they don't got no place to go. Yet, when it comes down to single moms in America, you got all these people that come down on them just saying, well, you should have made better choices in your life. You should have made better choices in your life. And all they did was follow the script. All Mom did was meet a good-looking guy. Right, Mom?
Yes.
My dad?
Yeah.
You know, then she got pregnant because they were all hot and heavy for each other. Aries man, Sagittarius woman. Only thing is he was first deacon Aries, so it was like role reversal. Like he had the feminine energy because he was closer to Pisces, and Mom was the masculine, and they always competed, or he always competed with. Well, yeah, they were pretty competitive with one another, kind of in their, you know. But I didn't hear a whole lot of good times. About the good times. I didn't know. I never got story. It was never none of my business because it was their relationship. And then I found out when I was 41 that they got divorced in 72, and I was like, well, that's really weird. Because I wasn't born until '74. But then a weird thing happened. I said, Mom, are me and Jerry twins? Were we born at the same time? Were we, Mom?
Yes.
Me and Jerry were twins. We came out at the same time. That's why we were cesarean.
Yeah.
You didn't have 2 cesareans. You only had 1. Yeah? Is that what happened?
Yeah.
But they put weird stuff in your stomach because they were putting hormones in me to make me female, right?
Yeah.
I guess, see? So being a scapegoat does you a favor. Just look at it as being divinely protective. That's all.
That's good. That's
right?
Good. Yes, that's a good. That's a really good.
I just had that conclusion. So that's weird. Man, when you're a truth seeker, and then like I'll think about things because I meditate a lot, because I pray a lot. I'm constantly, because I want to replace any negative thoughts that I might have in my head. Is this Atlantis star? Isn't it? Are you kidding me? Lisa and Colt Jam. I was at junior high when I listened to this tape. I would play it on my Walkman. And then we'd get so far on the dirt road when we lived up Backbone Ridge. And then I'd have to flip it over, and I'd know when we'd be home by where we were at the song. I've always done that with albums. When I was in the Air Force back on Offutt, I would work out in the same hangar where they modified the Enola Gay to drop the... I don't think they're atomic bombs. I think they're EMFs, and they're still playing with EMFs, because I was like, I hear about like the stories that are coming out about Venezuela, about, you know, the bleeding. I'm like, that's all the same EMF stuff. It's all magnets and frequency, like, you know. The only thing is there's people like me that exist. And our frequency is higher than their frequency, so we can break their shit. I've been breaking shit my whole life. Just when I get excited, I get all worked up. We're called electronic sliders. Yeah, there's like I'll ask people. I said, don't you ever know nobody that like like they can't wear battery watches because the batteries die real fast. Like we drain things. I got my last relationship I got dumped. Oh my God, it's been 12 years since Shannon dumped me. 13? 13 years. 2013, 14. Long time. Hope she's happy. Nice Pisces lady. It's my fault for dating a Pisces. I'm an Aries. That's too close to me. I got too much Pisces in me. I got Venus, Mercury, and Jupiter in Pisces. And then I got, yeah, I'm wishy-washy. I'm a contrarian because I look at things from this point of view, and then I swim over here, and I look at it that, and then I'm spicy because I'm an Aries. Can't you tell by my eyebrows? I'm a ram. I look like a ram. They look like horns. Horns. So, we are our charts. I was going back to that Amy Chick's our conversation. Like, I gave her a reading. And I was like, dude, you are constantly striving for balance. It's so important to you. And then they put her on meds, and then they changed her meds, and then rest in peace, Amy Sweeney. But she's been her energy has been around me all day long. All day. I was like, so I went down this rabbit hole and found all this stuff out, and then called her cousin, hopefully. So we'll see. You don't know me, but your dead cousin's energy field has been hanging out with me, and just wanted you to know that it was an accident. She didn't mean to take her life. It wasn't a purposeful action. So, anyway. Man, being energetic sensitive just means that you tune into frequencies that other people aren't paying attention. They don't care to be dialed in like that, or maybe they hear it but then they drink alcohol or they take pills or do whatever to tune all that stuff out. Things got real quiet when I drank. Then at some point the demons would come in and I would do things that I would have incomprehensible demoralization at later times for. But I have talked about everything on my YouTube channel for the last 9 years, all the stupid stuff I've done, and in order to make right the damage that I've done by doing those stupid things, I can never do those things again. But I am such a creative mind, I can come up with all new stupid things to do. So I have to do things. I got these a couple of years ago. A few years ago. I got these so that when I feel extra juicy, or I got a lot of life force kundalini energy, I do sets of 100 3 times.
Wow.
And then you could tell I'm getting older though, so it's not as easy. I mean, I still do them. Sometimes I have to have off days because I'll go like 5, 6, 7 days, and you gotta have off days to let your muscles rest. You know that, Mom? And when you work out, whatever you do to one side, you gotta do to the other. Yep. That's how it is. So anyway, all right. Where am I at? 23 minutes.
23 minutes.
Yeah, I was just kind of tripped out. Oh, I should show the caramel that I made. It's still cold.
It is.
It's going to take a while to set up. I got wax paper, but it always folds over. I need to get like clips to hold it up. So this is the caramel that I made. And I didn't burn the sugar this time, Ma.
Good.
I didn't even use a thermometer. I went by color.
By color.
So that's the caramel that I made today.
Very good.
It's a little clumpy in the middle because, like, I make it on a lobster turkey frying stove, one of them things. I gotta go put this away so it finishes. I think I'll Hi, Stanley. You in the mood, kitty kitty? I don't know what I did with the lid.
What was up here?
The last batch I ruined, so that was a waste of a whole ounce of flour. That was terrible. I had to throw it all away. Because I burned it.
Oh, you burned
Because I get over and zealous. I'm like rocket fuel. So, anyway. There's this kid on the internet. It's called Stay Up.
Stay up.
He's on TikTok.
Yeah.
He's doing good things.
Oh,
He's got a. I wonder when his birthday is. He can't do what society wants him to do, so he can pay all these organizations, like, you know. And he's got like 5 kids. He's got his son, and then he's got step kids and his wife, and the world isn't a fair place. See, I'm all for the underdog, because we were always underdog, because Mom was born an underdog with 2 broke feet. And then put in an orphanage. You know, so like, Mom isn't recognized. Mom comes from that percentage of the population that isn't recognized by every single person that grew up with a mom and dad. She actually, and then she got adopted when she was 3, because that's what they used to do, is they would pay people to adopt babies, and then you get a check every month for the state, you know. It's like fostering, only permanent. And so that Mom got that, but like, they didn't teach her how to take care of herself. They just went around and like went to the Grand Canyon and vacationed and went to Colorado to see grandmother, and, you know, had all the privilege of born and raised in New Mexico. And then when they moved to California, Mom was in high school, she turned 18, the checks stopped coming. And then they just gave her a suitcase, said, okay, Loretta, take care. And she's like, I don't know what the heck I'm going to do. And it's not just her, it's a lot of these women back in the 50s, 60s that had to start the trajectory because of like shows like, you know, Leave It to Beaver, stuff like that. You got, you know, the man is the provider. So because she grew up around LA, knew that enough, so that's what she did. She went out to find a man, found one man, didn't work out. John Cook, huh, Ma? Bet you never thought I'd figure out that name, huh? Yeah. And then she had to go back down to Ventura, back to where she was from, start over again. Moving on. Then she met my dad in San Luis Obispo. You know, he's all hot to trot, Aries dude. Got out of every trouble he got into because Mommy and Daddy just, you know, couldn't see their precious boy get locked away in those places where terrible people go, yet he is not a decent dude. My dad is a trash heap. That's how I recognized trash heap. Because I have all of the like less redeeming qualities in my dad. His character defects, they're in me. So every time I get angry, I hear my dad. Every time I get condescending, not just my dad. My dad's in one ear and then my brother's in the other. Because my dad was just like bad. He hated me because I overcome all the shit that he didn't do, and I won the awards in the military, and he never got that far. Like, I did stuff and he never did stuff. Then my brother, he's just a Virgo, so he's just critical just because he's just a Virgo. And so I grew up in this extremely hypercritical environment where I just had to navigate softly. But I wouldn't, because I'm clumsy and I'm clunky and I'm loud, and I'm like, you know, I like to clown around because I'm a Heyoka empath and stuff like that. And so it just doesn't seem fit that I play their reindeer games. Their games of control and domination and do as I say, not as I do, and You know, people that make $200,000 a year, dude. That's 5 years. You're making, that's $1 million. Like these, you know, but single moms don't have food to feed their kids, and dads, single parents. Single parents don't have food to feed their kids. They don't, like, there's never enough for poor people, and there's always enough for trash heaps that just go around and play and drink too much and do weird stuff after hours and then blackmail their buddies with it. And that's what America is. That's what America's always been. That's what, unless things change. But I'm pretty hopeful with these monks. I'm super excited that the monks are bringing all these people out that, like, men are walking up and they're like, they get to cry and let that out and then find peace. And that makes me happy, because that's what I found that has happened with myself in my own heart. Is that I haven't let it get too angry, but let me tell you, losing these guys, these are when I talk about my boys. I spent time with my boys today. Back in my history. Oh, my thumbnail picture today, incidentally, that's the view from my office building, my last W2. That's the College World Series. This is a huge energy siphoning. And then they have human trafficking. It's like, what, this is one of the biggest human trafficking. Think about your College World Series. You have kids. They look like kids. You could. It's a. Come on, people. It's a cover up. Warren Buffett. You think he got all of his money from, like, what, real estate? What did he make his stocks? This was my house when I lived in Omaha. Isn't that cute? 2331. I called it Stanley. And then I got a new cat, and I already knew I was gonna leave Omaha, so I named the cat Stanley after the house. Stanley, because home is where your heart is. This picture I took back before we left. Look at this. This is under an overpass. Check this stuff out. See that? It's a big hole. Oh, that's terrible. There we go. See that? See how it's all caved in, and like the concrete isn't on dirt. See that? Watch this. Want to see where this is? This is right under an overpass. You know who? This is highway. What was that? 75, or is it 29? Is it 29? The one that goes right past Offutt. And what they would do is the people that own the train, they would sit. The Union Pacific people, they would sit in meetings, right? First, they would, like, set up meetings, cancel meetings, set up meetings, and it would never line up. Because nobody wanted to be culpable for this. Like, the county didn't want to take responsibility for it. And then the train, so they just kept saying, no, it's your problem. This lab was left like this. This is right outside Offutt Air Force Base. So you have some of the most important military members that are driving over this overpass every single day. Like, this should be like an act of terrorism, shouldn't it? Like, if this fell and people couldn't get to their work at Stratcom. Like, when you impede that's what they call an act of terrorism. It's like, you get in the way of what the machismos say, you will be locked away. So, thank goodness for them monks, though. The monks, Ma. The monks are walking for peace. Makes me want to be a better person. I would love to do that. I can't do that. My feet hurt too bad. I got bad feet. Although I did get new cushions. I'm going to try them out tomorrow. I'm going to try lots of new things out tomorrow. So I'll go ahead and report back on them. I think another lady's live, though. So I'm going to go listen to her and try and be quiet for a while before we have dinner. So thanks for hanging out. Hope you have a rad day. Peace.